Hey, everybody.
Howdy.
Guess what I forgot to do? I forgot to create a show until like the last minute. That's why there were 0 notifications. Yeah. No. Truth or tinfoil. Yeah. Randy said I was almost asleep.
The hell is he doing up?
Yeah, Grandpa, go to bed.
Dude. Go
Take
to
your
bed,
Metamucil and go to sleep.
right? You grumpy old shit.
Right. So you, Tex, hey, kitty cat, went to the Texas Bigfoot conference over the
I
weekend.
did.
How was that? I know you're probably going to talk about it on your show, so you don't have to give away too much, but how was the overall vibe of the conference?
You know what? It was pretty cool because what really made it cool is it was Bob Gimlin's 94th birthday yesterday.
Oh, nice.
And Craig called him and we all sang happy birthday to him.
That's really nice.
So that was cool. He sounded like he got a little emotional about it.
I'm sure he did.
They did of course, a special presentation for in celebration of Jeff, Meldrum. And I met a guy named Mike, and he's a guitar player. He's a musician, but he's a guitar player. He's an old 80s rocker. And he looks it too. I partied with him Friday night.
Okay.
And that's where I met him. And I didn't know why he was there until he told me that go to bed, Randy. Him and Lyle wrote a special dual electric guitar piece for Jeff. It's just instrumental, and they shredded it, man.
That's cool.
That was cool. That was cool. And not to mention, he played it with he played his part with his Ace Frehley guitar.
Oh, neat.
And of course, Ace Frehley just died too.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris came running into the kitchen while I was cooking dinner the other night. He's like, oh my God. I thought something like serious happened. I mean, I'm sure it is to some music fans, but he's like, Ace Frehley died. And I was like, it's like 100.
Yeah, he was 74, and I didn't know that he had been sick. And he had a couple of falls, and he didn't recover from.
Sorry to hear that.
But
74 is pretty young. I thought he was older than that. I don't know why I thought he was older.
But the thing about Ace, it wasn't it was the mileage.
Yeah.
Man, that dude, he partied. I mean, he was legendary for.
Well, I mean, you live a rock star lifestyle. Who was it? Ted Nugent? Like, didn't drink or do drugs. He did it for the women. Like, it's you get into it for what do you get into it for?
Well, see, and Paul Stanley and Gene were the same way. They didn't do any of that supposedly,
right.
But they did the women.
Sure. I used to watch Gene Simmons' show,
Family Jewels.
Yep.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed that.
You know what? I did too. But God, you find out how he. I can't help but like him, but good God, he's arrogant. Oh my God.
I mean, you get a certain amount of success, right? People hand you things because you're famous. You get a certain amount of money. You can afford a lot of things.
Yeah.
That comes with the territory. Plus, if you have a mother who just tells you how much you hang the moon and you're perfect and nothing's wrong with you, I mean.
Well, but I will say this: he doted on his mother too. So
good.
And they, I mean, she was a Holocaust survivor.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty cool story, but he was an English teacher before he started playing.
Okay. I mean, he looks like extra from Welcome Back, Kotter. I guess.
Yeah.
I guess
But,
that.
I remember, my brother, of course, my brother's, 15 years older than I am. And I remember him having the Kiss. That's how I got introduced to him back in the, 70s. And of course, I just thought they were the coolest thing. And he had one of the original comic books that they put out that was, they poured a vial of their blood, each of them poured a vial of their blood into ink when they printed the comic book,
Okay. It's like ritual magic there. Like, why would you put blood in the ink?
Right. And they were a big part of the whole
weird.
Well, and they were a big part of the whole satanic panic thing. I remember the churches having album burnings,
I didn't grow up in the Bible Belt. We didn't do that.
It was insane, man. I mean, it was at my elementary school. They randomly drew names, and you would get to play. You pick the song that was played before the morning announcements, right? You bring one of your albums in, and I was told that I could play anything but Kiss, right?
Okay.
So I slipped my Kiss album into another cover,
Okay.
and slipped it in there, and it got about halfway through the song.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I got in trouble for it, but
I don't. I think that the satanic panic thing was a little much.
Yeah.
It's a witch hunt.
Yeah, but it was crazy. I mean, I remember it going on, and of course that's when they were talking about the Beatles being satanic, and the whole the hidden meanings behind the White Album and some of the songs and the Sergeant Pepper's album, because every
drug Sergeant Pepper was about drugs.
Yeah, well, but that album cover, it's got all these different cultural
right,
people on it. Everybody on that album cover is dead, or was dead at the time.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
is that a way to get around royalties?
I don't know. But and also I remember one of the big deals was I can't remember the name of the song, but I think it was on the White Album. But there's a part of the song where it goes number 9, number 9, number 9, and if you play it backwards, it says Paul is dead, Paul is dead, Paul is dead. Really? Yeah.
Like it really does that?
Yeah. And me and my brother did it. And we're like, okay, this is weird. But there was a whole thing, a whole conspiracy that Paul McCartney had died.
I'm familiar with that one.
And there was imagery like him being dressed as the Black Walrus is a symbol of death. On Abbey Road, he's the only one that's barefooted. That type of thing. It was a whole thing, man. And they played into it,
Sure. I mean, it's publicity and it sells albums.
Yeah. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. But and it's pretty cool that, and I say this with all due respect, but it's pretty cool that we're having this music conversation. And they're asking about Breezy. So
I know. I don't want to say it. So, okay. So those of you who are asking, and those of you that have been around since I started, which has
Yeah.
been, it's not a long time, but it's been over a year. You know that Joe Breezy has been my co-host through pretty much all of it. And for those of you that know, Breezy has had some health issues. He came on his show. He did a show a couple, 3 weeks ago, and y'all got to see him. He got to talk about what was going on. All I would say is that he was not well. He had health issues, and he came on and explained to everybody what was happening. Well, he did text me today, and he wanted me to tell everybody, because I would not say, I want to make it clear, I would not make this announcement otherwise.
Yeah.
But he wanted me to let everybody know that this is such a big thing. I feel like I shouldn't be.
It's a big task to be given.
It is.
And we talked a lot about it backstage, but
we did, because I'm really torn about this. Like, he wanted me to tell everybody, but he's in the hospital currently, and he was basically told he's not going to leave that hospital on his own. He's not going to leave that hospital. He's not leaving the hospital. He's got, according to him, the doctor said 2 weeks, roughly. And I knew that he was really sick. I knew that it was very serious. 2 weeks serious, I did not know.
Right.
So he wanted me to let everybody know, because he feels, that he's not going to be leaving the hospital to be able to make the announcement on his own. So he wants me to say that to everybody. So if you believe in prayer, send him prayer. If you believe in vibes and energy, send him the energy. And his wife and his children, because he is married and he does have a young son at home.
Yeah.
And I know that they are going through it.
Yes.
So whatever you can do to uplift him, if you want to send him messages on his YouTube page, I think that you can do that. Go into the last show and leave comments. He definitely reads those. But I know that he would like to hear from people. He's stuck in a hospital room. I've been there. It sucks when you're, and I wasn't nearly as ill as he is, but it still sucks. And being able to hear from anybody with a positive message is a blessing. So if you are so inclined, I would encourage you to go to his channel and just drop some words for him.
Yeah, words of encouragement and love. I mean, whatever you do, it's man.
And it's heavy. It's heavy. And again, I feel like there's another way to do it, but he texted me today and he said, you may as well tell everybody, because I'm not getting out of this hospital. I don't think I'm getting out of this hospital. Maybe he'll turn around. I mean, that's because I'm not hearing this from the doctors. I'm hearing this from Joe, and I don't think Joe would exaggerate that. So I think that hopefully there's a turnaround for him. I mean, that would be obviously ideal, but the way that the picture he painted to me wasn't a good one. So he wanted me to let everybody know that.
And I've always said this, and I do not agree with doctors giving a time limit.
Yeah, that's rough, because
I don't think they should legally be allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Because it can go one of two ways. It can, Keith is asking about donations to the family. I don't know.
Set something up, I will definitely share it. Tex will share it. It'll get out there.
Yeah.
I'm sure Rob would be willing to share it. Like Joe has friends.
Yeah. We'll let Josh know too. So.
Yeah. And I
And
don't know.
if anybody's in Josh's chat, I know he's live right now. You might, tell him what's going on or something. But
So yeah, if they set something up, like I said, I will definitely share it out to everybody. As far as I know, they haven't set anything up yet. But I'm sure, his family is going to be hurting in a lot of ways.
yeah,
And again, if you can do that, perfect. If they set that up and you're able to do that, perfect. If you're not, just again, go to his page, go to his YouTube channel, which is the Breezy Speakeasy. I'm not sure if you're able to DM via YouTube or not. I can't remember, but you can always make comments on his shows. You can go to the last one and just send him words of encouragement, because we do get notifications of those.
yes.
So I feel bad, like, continuing on, like, after that heavy information, but Joe's a smartass and Joe's a rebel, and Joe would be like, "Nah, man, you got to go. You got to
you gotta
go."
do it, man. Yeah. And I think back when, of course, the most ill one of the most ill things that I've ever had was, of course, my bout with the blood clots. And I'm just so glad that, and I know this is, I don't know, silver linings, I guess. I don't know. I mean, in this situation, how do you find a silver lining, right? But I'm glad all that crap that, was happening at that point, where you couldn't have anybody in the room with you couldn't have anybody in the hospital with you. His family's there with him. So, he's not going through this alone. And I think that's because I remember going through that, and that's horrible. And so many people went through that at that time.
Oh, sure.
Having
Yeah.
to go through it alone. But he is with his family. His family's with him. So, just pass on your prayers and your love, man. That's all we got right now, which is plenty. I mean, honestly, it's more powerful than a lot of people imagine. But you want to look at it as as prayers, or if you want to look at it as collective energy, I don't care how you want to look at it. Sure, soul says, "Are they giving him more?" We don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know that.
I didn't even call me. He texted me. I don't imagine that he's feeling super great.
Right.
And I understand not wanting to talk. I hate talking on the phone, especially if I feel bad. But yeah, he sent that out to me today, and then he sent something else that I wasn't understanding completely.
Right.
About being buried in something, and I think I know what he was talking about. He was making a funny. He sent that to me, and then he made a funny.
Right.
So.
But that's Joe. I mean,
Morphine is a downer. I had it in June of this. Yeah, I've had morphine. I had morphine for I had the flu, and I ended up in the ER. And for some reason, it was making my lower back pain worse. It was really weird. I don't understand how that works, but they gave me morphine for the pain.
Well, the virus will inflame different parts of your body.
Well, it attacked the already vulnerable part of my body.
Because I had the flu one time, and I thought I got rid of it, right? And then I thought I was having a heart attack one night, and I was having chest pains, and I went to the ER. And by the time they picked me up in the ambulance, I was fine. But I went to the cardiologist, and they did all kinds of crap with me, thallium stress test, sonogram, all that kind of, and the pericardial sacrum of my heart was inflamed.
Ugh.
And my cardiologist said, "Have you had the flu?" I said, "Yeah, like 3 weeks ago. I got rid of it like 3 weeks ago." She just, "No, you didn't."
It just settled.
It settled in the pericardial sac and squeezed my heart and gave me chest pains. She goes, "Have you had first aid training?" "Well, hell, I'm an EMT." I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Well," anxiety, and your brain did the rest of it. So, but yeah, that flu is weird, man.
It is weird. Yeah, and I could barely move when they had to put me in a wheelchair. I like fell out of the car, and the guard at the door to the ER was like, "Let me get a wheelchair." And I remember them putting me in the wheelchair, and I just sat there and I sweat so much that it was
Yeah.
like a puddle. I was sitting in a puddle, and I had to use the restroom, and it took me like 15 minutes just to get in. I remember holding onto the wall,
Right.
and I could barely move. I had no energy. And then they gave me that morphine shot, and I just about did backflips out of there. I was like, "Oh my gosh, it took a It
I had
didn't the
I had a
fever. They gave me aspirin or something, and it took away the fever, and then the morphine took away the pain."
I had I had a sinus infection that got out of hand because I'm stubborn, and I had to go to the ER because I was running a. I was at home by myself, me and the kids, and my wife had went to see some friends of ours, and she was, just go over there for a couple of hours, and I was freezing to death, right? And I kept covering up, turning the heat up, and the kids were complaining. They come in and sweating, "Dad, it's hot in here. Can you please turn it down?" They were small. And I took my temperature, and I remember having enough Wherethorol because I couldn't really make out what it said, and I knew it said either 108.4 or 104.8, and I said, and I knew that if it was 108.4, I'm dead.
Yeah.
So I knew it was 104.8.
You were in hallucination territory. Yeah. I've been there.
Yeah. And it would come in waves. It would sound and feel like thunder in my head.
Oh.
And so my wife she came home and took me to the ER, and first time in my life I'd ever had Demerol.
Oh, I love Demerol.
Oh my gosh.
I love Demerol. They don't give it anymore when you're in labor.
Man, I tell you what, I can understand people getting hooked on that.
Yeah.
I looked at the doctor when that stuff kicked because I never had it, and they had to wait 15, 20 minutes before they, make sure I wasn't allergic to it. And when that stuff hit, I was like just a puddle. It's like
they shot it straight into my IV when I was in labor with Riley.
Oh my God.
In the IV. And I remember looking at them injecting it, and my husband, it was in this arm, and I'm watching it get, put into the tube. And my husband was on this side, and I turned to say something to him, and I had tracers as I was like, "Oh." Yeah. I was like, all right, I could still feel the pain, but I didn't care.
Absolutely. That's what it is. You don't care. And it's I remember looking at the doctor going, "This is some good shit."
I was like, I like this. Yeah. And then when I had Gillian, they gave me Demerol. Then when I went in for Lauren, it was a considerable amount of time later. When I went in to have Lauren, I asked for it, and they're like, "Oh, we don't do that anymore." And I was like, "Oh, you don't." I was mad. But Lauren's labor was crappy. Like the epidural didn't take. I felt everything. They told me to stop screaming because I was freaking people out. I was like, I ain't stopping. They should be scared. This shit hurts.
Yeah.
I mean, if having Riley had felt like that, because I got an epidural and Demerol with Riley, and if it had been like that, like Lauren's birth had been Riley switched, I wouldn't have had more kids. There ain't no way.
Our youngest, my wife always said, if she'd have been first, she'd have never had another kid because she was breech.
Ooh.
And she ended up having a C-section.
That is horrible. Yeah. So anyway, we love Demerol.
Yes. And yeah, this is a breezy conversation. I'll tell you that.
Totally breezy conversation.
Yeah. Absolutely. But
But
y'all
yeah,
will be
again,
y'all,
I want you guys to like go to his page, say something
yeah,
nice. We'll move on with the show because Breezy wouldn't want us over here wallowing and everything. I
right.
know he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. He'd be
Yeah.
like, move on.
Does anyone have any Timberall to share?
I wish I did. I would.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it hurts for me just to get out of bed. That Demerol would come in mighty handy, but then I would be completely incapacitated for a while. I wouldn't be doing
Right.
anything on that. You're just sitting there watching the pretty colors,
Yeah.
not doing anything.
Smelling the sounds and hearing the colors.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah. Anyway, the morphine again. I hate morphine because when they put the morphine in again, my IV, I get straight to the IV
Yeah.
drugs apparently when I go to the hospital. So I'd never had it before, and I remember a warm sensation going up my spine, even though it was in my arm.
Yeah.
Started in the base of my spine, went up both sides. It was kind of like when they give you an epidural, right? They put
I've
this.
never had one.
Well,
So,
they put the needle into your spine,
yeah.
they put the tube in it, then they push this medication, and it feels like ice water going up
Yeah.
your spinal column.
Yeah.
This was the opposite. It was a hot flush coming up my spine, and then it came up around the back of my head, and it felt like Satan's hand was doing this to me. And I, despite the pain in my back, sat bolt upright on the gurney, and I'm like, oh my God. And the nurse like yanked the morphine out. She's like, what? Because they don't know if I'm allergic. I don't know if I'm
Yeah.
allergic to it. And I was like, it's hot. I explained it to her, and she's like, oh, that's normal. Because I thought I was having a
When you
reaction.
could have warned me.
Yeah. And I was like, people like that. People get high on that crap. Like people like that. I mean, I like that it took the pain away. That was pretty sweet. And it happened real fast.
Yeah.
But getting to that point sucked. I don't like it.
You're talking about stuff coming up over your head. My youngest daughter is scared to death of needles. I mean,
I get it.
And bless her heart, when she was younger, she had to go. She was having some blood work done, and she was a young kid, and she, but I don't even know if they got the needle in. I don't think she just saw it or something. But anyway, I don't know. I can't remember. I think when they poked her, she does this. She looks up at us. Her eyes roll back in her head, and she goes, "I feel like there's an octopus on my head." And out she went, man.
Poor baby.
Oh man. It was.
Yeah,
It
I
was
remember being
funny, but it
child.
was, you're crying because you're a kid, but it was funny,
Yeah,
and
no, I get it. I remember fighting when they had to do blood draws on me. Like
yeah.
I would kick. I mean, they would have to like two nurses like with my arm so that I wasn't like jostling around because I was not having that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
when I was a little kid, I used to throw fits on shots, and my my poor mom was at the doctor's office with me, and I was getting it was like a booster, it wasn't no big deal, right? And but they, of course, back then, you shot in the ass, and which is the same place they gave me the Demerol, by the way.
On the butt?
Yeah.
Wow.
Shot of Demerol and 2 shots of antibiotics.
I'm glad they put it in my IV.
And I wish they'd have waited and gave me the Demerol, then waited and gave me the 2 shots of the other stuff, because that stuff felt like molasses going in. Oh my God. But I threw such a fit that I broke a needle off in my ass.
Oh, dude. That's no bueno.
Yeah, that was the end of me throwing fits, getting shots,
I bet. That'll do it.
because I had to dig that shit out.
Yeah. Did they have to? Oh, gosh. Did they just get like a magnet?
No, they forceps.
Oh,
I
uh,
got, or I guess, I mean, whatever they had to be forceps. I mean, I was too young to remember, but I remember being severely traumatized.
that'll
But
do it. Holy shit. All right. My goodness.
anyway,
Yeah. So, Colorado.
Colorado,
50 States of Strange, Colorado
yes,
edition.
yes.
So we did the usual thing. We divvied it up. I gave Tex a list. I gave him the wrong list at first. We went right back to Oregon. I don't know why the hell the Oregon file got sent.
You know what? Actually, I don't know. I don't know because and anyway, we ended up getting it right. So
Yeah, eventually we got it right.
yeah.
So what are the ones you're doing?
I am doing. Come on, there we go. The unsinkable Molly Brown.
Titanic survivor.
Yes, and the River Dragon.
Okay.
And I ran across some siren stuff.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought you might like that.
Awesome. And I am going to be doing Cripple Creek. And inside of Cripple Creek, I've got two things. I've got the Phantom Canyon Road and how it got the name Phantom Canyon Road. Because when I see names like that on maps,
Yeah,
I got to know. I got to know what the story is behind the name.
Devil's Canyon, Booger Highway. I mean,
so I remember. So I pulled out all of my topo maps, right, from when I used to plan like big trips, right, big organized trips for people, and I have my maps of Siskiyou and Six Rivers, right, like the Northern California area,
right.
And I had forgotten that there was this place. I remembered when I was going through the maps, not that I found the place, but I remember in the back of my mind, there was a location deep, like no trails to it. You got to hoof it cross country, but it's called Vampire Falls.
Oh.
And I am so curious how the heck some waterfalls in the middle of nowhere got the name Vampire Falls. I got it, and I had forgotten about it. But back when I did these trips, like in the early 2010s, I remember trying to look then, and there wasn't anything on it. I got to search some more and figure out how the heck they got that name.
You might contact the Park Service. They can tell you something.
Yeah, I can contact that ranger district and see if the rangers are aware. Yeah. If they're answering the phone since the government shut down, we'll see.
Yeah.
But I'm doing the Phantom Canyon Road. I'm doing Tommyknockers in the mines because Cripple Creek, as some of you know, is just full of mines. And then I'm also going to do, just in Colorado in general, the Rock Slide Bolter, which is like a fun little like urban legend folktale. I'm going to talk about Two-Face, which is a dual spirit of the Plains Indians, which encompassed part of Colorado at a time. And then Gold Camp Road Tunnels, because that sounded cool. So those are what I'm going to be covering. Woohoo!
When we start talking about, I'm looking forward to getting to New Mexico. Because I don't want to go for the low hanging fruit, Roswell, and all that kind of stuff. Because I've got stories that were given to me, when I would go up there in vacation, I would hear Bigfoot stories and stuff like that. So
That's cool.
Yeah. So who's going to kick this off? Ladies first?
Sure, I can read. I'm just going to read. I'm just going to do them both together, too. I'm not going to break in between them. So I'm going to run the Phantom Canyon Road and the Tommyknockers together. So the Phantom Canyon, we're going to start with that one. So according to multiple Colorado travel and history sources, the Phantom Canyon Road takes its name from an eerie legend dating back to the late 1890s. The route follows what was once the Florence and Cripple Creek Railroad, a narrow gauge line that was built in 1894 to haul gold from the booming Cripple Creek mines down to Florence for processing. When the railroad closed after repeated floods and washouts, and if you have ever seen a flash flood in those canyons, it is scary. It is very scary. The locals began calling it Phantom Canyon, partly for its ghost town ruins and partly for the stories that lingered. One of the most repeated versions claimed that travelers reported seeing the apparition of a man walking along the tracks wearing a 19th century prison uniform. The figure matched the description of a convict who had been executed at the nearby Colorado State Penitentiary. And ever since, some claim the canyon is haunted by his restless spirit. And you can look this story up in Atlas Obscura, Uncover Colorado, and the MTB Project. So you can find those stories there online. Now, modern visitors still describe the canyon as a place where the veil between history and the supernatural feels super thin. The steep cliffs, abandoned bridges, and collapsed tunnels of the old railway create ghostly acoustics. And after dark, headlights often seem to be picking up shifting shadows that vanish without a sound. Tour guides and local drivers have nicknamed it the road where the mountains whisper, which is
that's cool.
Creepy, right? And many claim that even skeptics come away uneasy after nighttime drives through the area. Well, these experiences, are all anecdotal. The blending of like the rugged scenery and all the tragic history that took place there make it easy to see how the road earned its name. Obviously. Right. There's no official story, record proving the story of the convict, but you know how local legend goes.
Oh yeah.
And again, you can look up these, it's not an uncommon story to be told in that area. So again, Atlas Obscura is awesome to look up unusual places around the world. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend it. So that is how the Phantom Canyon Road got its name, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a cool legend.
It is, and if we make it to Colorado, which I would love all of us to do one day, that's definitely an area I would want to go. Like anywhere with mines are fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Because of the stories of like mine tragedies and the ghosts that come from that I've heard. And then also just the weird occurrences, that happen there.
Well, I think if I remember right, because we were gonna go up to Colorado for vacation several years ago, and I was looking up, and I believe it was Cripple Creek that they still have. You can go. I can't. It's like, is it like 1,100 feet down in a mine shaft?
Ooh.
On the elevator, it's some crazy depth like that. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm doing that. My wife was like, hey, you can do it alone.
It fascinates me, but okay, yeah. Again, from like the mine tragedies and the ghosts, because I mean, we all know mines are unstable. But you think about like when the mines are abandoned, what's taken over? Like cryptid wise, like just creature wise, what's going to crawl down in there? What's going to crawl out of there? Who knows who's going down there doing some stupid stuff, and things are brought forth and come crawl out of that cave or mine at night. No thanks. So, I mean, it's fascinating. I don't know how comfortable I would be investigating after dark. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
but that's the
That's the
rush.
prime time. I get it.
That's the rush,
I
man.
get it. But I mean, I'm getting old. I'm getting old for this stuff. Like calculated risks. Do I want to risk the heart attack for a thrill? I don't know. Maybe. We all
But
know
you
I
know
would.
what? I
We
mean,
all know I would.
if
I'm fooling.
I hope I go out doing something like that. You know, I mean, I just really do.
That's not how I plan to go out. I'd like to go. No, I would not. I
Well, I've
mean,
always said,
it would make a cool story.
yeah, I've always said, I'm going out of this world just like I came in. I'm going out kicking and screaming, covered in somebody else's blood. I mean, that's
Right.
just how
Yeah.
it's going to happen. You know.
Great. I hope I'm not in the area. So the next one for Crippled Creek, since it's such a huge mining community, are the Tommyknockers, right? Have you heard of Tommyknockers?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, Stephen King movie. You know. Yeah.
Oh, Stephen King wrote the book, yeah.
Yeah.
So in mining folklore in Cripple Creek, there are a lot of stories about strange knocking sounds, tools that move on their own, and accidents that seem to happen without warning. And many miners, particularly those of Cornish and Irish descent, believed that that was the work of Tommyknockers, mischievous gnome-like spirits that live deep within the mines, right? So they brought the legends over with them. According to local tradition, the Tommyknockers were both helpers and harbingers. Some claim that the knocking noises were warnings of impending cave-ins, while others swore up and down the creatures caused the disaster themselves out of spite or just for amusement, because we all know, fae are guesses sometimes. One of the most famous tales come from the old Mammy R mine, which is hilarious because that was my great grandmother's nickname, was Mammy. So that Mammy R mine on Raven Hill, where miners supposedly abandoned operations after repeated collapses that they blamed on the unseen Tommyknockers. They could hear them hammering in the dark, and they just swore up and down the Tommyknockers were malicious in that mine, and they were causing the disasters and putting these men's lives at risk. And reports from the early 1900s describe how miners would leave offerings like bits of bread and coin and tobacco. And we all know that that's how you placate fae, right? You leave bread or you leave a little bit of cream. So they would leave these offerings at the tunnel mouths to keep the Tommyknockers appeased. And even today, visitors to the Molly Kathleen mine and other historical shafts in the Cripple Creek and Victor mining district sometimes mention that they hear faint taps echoing through the rock when nobody else is nearby. And now, of course, skeptics are going to attribute the sound to shifting timbers or dripping water or slight movements in the earth, right? That maybe you don't detect physically, you don't feel the shaking, but the earth is moving. Things like that. But for those who grew up with the mining stories, they don't care. They believe that's and it's fun to believe in that. And let me tell you, like, so many of the old folklore was brought to the new world.
Yeah.
With the immigrants, and the Tommyknockers is just another one of them. And it's Tommyknockers are not, confined to the mines in Colorado. There are mines everywhere. People claim to hear Tommyknockers, or some of them take them as warnings. Some of them, like this mine's going to collapse. I mean, did you ever watch the TV show Ghost Mine?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. Yeah.
So things that are made for TV, you got to take with a grain of salt. But they heard supposedly Tommyknockers in there, which was interesting. And they caught weird stuff on camera. Now you can't validate it because I don't know where the sound technician is. I mean, I've been out with a full crew. There's more than just two people with the production company there, right? You've got a whole cast of characters with production, so you don't know where the PA is. Maybe he's the one down the mine making knocking noises. But if you believe in the folklore, Tommyknockers.
Okay, so do you mind me adding a little bit to your Cripple Creek thing here?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So I was trying to look up this the mine that I was talking about that you go down in, right? I just changed my mind. So October 10th, 2024, last year.
Okay.
Yeah. Investigators on Friday were trying to figure out what led to an elevator accident inside a former Colorado gold mine that killed a tour guide,
Oh shit.
injured four, injured four others, and left a separate group of 12 people trapped for 6 hours at the bottom of the tourist attraction, 1,000 feet beneath the surface.
Watch me climb the structure out.
The elevator was descending into the Molly Kathleen gold mine.
Tommyknockers.
Yeah. On Thursday in the mountains near Colorado Springs at around 500 feet, the person operating the elevator from the surface felt something strange and stopped it. The elevator, still operable, damn pop-ups, still operable, and those on board were brought back up within 20 minutes. A door on the elevator was broken when it was raised. Now get this. We don't know if the door malfunctioned or not, or if something else occurred. There's a lot that goes on in these little elevators, he said. We just know that the door was broken somehow. It gets weirder. The man killed, Patrick Weir, 46, had a young child and was from nearby town, Victor, Colorado. The exact circumstances of his death were never disclosed. This was last year.
Oh, you got to dig into that.
But the sheriff said he died because of the elevator's mechanical issue and not due to medical issues. So the elevator killed him. 11 other people, including 2 children who were riding the elevator during the mishap, were brought up with it following the incident. 4 had minor injuries, including back pain, neck pain, and arm pain. 12 adults from a second group were trapped below ground for 6 hours while engineers made sure the elevator could be used. The group had access to water and used radios to communicate with authorities who told them that there was an elevator issue.
There is no way in hell. My claustrophobia would have been like, there isn't enough Xanax in the world.
Now get this, they were hoisted up in groups of 4 over 30 minutes. Officials had been prepared to bring them up by rope if freaking necessary.
I'm telling you, I'd have scaled those walls myself.
Most people who were in the elevator when it malfunctions were later taken to the local relief center, where some got showers, new clothes, and sandwiches. You're going to give me a hell of a lot more than sandwiches.
I saw you witnessed death in the mine shaft. Here's a sandwich to ease your nerves. Yeah.
It was still very raw, but something was, but there was some good camaraderie, is what somebody said. Elevator accidents at mines are extremely rare, said Stephen Suffolk, a University of Kentucky associate professor of mining engineering. They have been used by the industry to carry people and materials since the mid 1880s. He said modern elevators are equipped with fail-safe devices. They
were using an 1880 elevator?
I don't know. But okay, so Meixel said the family that owns the mine had run it as a tourist attraction for generations and worked it to make sure it was safe. This is just crazy because, I mean, okay, there were people in the elevator, right, with the tour guide, and
they witnessed him die.
And we don't know how he died, but they say it was
due to the
Mechanical?
mechanical malfunction. Like, well, with the other people experiencing like back pain and just, it makes me think like
Sounds like
it
a
jerk
drop.
stopped and they hit the floor.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess he could have hit at an angle and broken his neck, maybe,
something. But
but the door was broken off. How fast were they plummeting?
right. Okay, but can you imagine it? What got me is they were prepared to bring them up by rope
Yeah,
1,000 feet
I didn't
up
give
a
a shit. I'd be
mine
like, tie it
shaft, a
around my waist.
vertical
I don't
freaking
care.
mine shaft on a rope in the dark.
Yeah. So maybe they were in a free fall and then the cable caught because if you're in a free fall, you
Yeah,
lose
one of the
gravity.
safeties may have caught. I
Yeah,
mean,
and then something caught and he stopped the
yeah,
operation and then everybody slammed to the I mean, that would make sense for the door
yeah,
falling off.
yeah.
But your fail safe sucks.
I mean,
I mean, I guess it's better than hitting the floor in a
yeah,
free
it's better
fall.
than going
Yeah.
falling 1,000 feet. There would have been no
Yeah,
survival.
I'm sure that the rangers or the guides like family doesn't care. They think
Yeah.
they think it's terrible. I have no doubt. That's an interesting story.
I ran across that and I'm like, oh yeah, we gotta have
Yeah,
this.
you gotta include that. That's got to be included. And now I kind of want to go to Cripple Creek.
Well, they've got the loosest slots in Colorado.
Oh, do they? I don't
Yeah,
gamble.
I do.
I know.
But all the casinos there are supposed to be very, very haunted.
Well, that's cool. Maybe we
Yeah.
should go there.
I'm down.
We need to make like a checklist
Yes.
of the front porch like vacation escapades volume 1
Right.
checklist each place we want to go.
Misfit bucket list.
Yeah, there we go. That's a good one. Misfit bucket list. I like that.
Oh man.
Your turn.
Oh.
That was part of my Cripple Creek. I mean, you contributed, but
Okay. Now I gotta close all my Cripple Creek stuff.
there's so much in Cripple Creek.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
we didn't even scratch the surface. We like
No.
lightly rubbed the surface.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much there.
Didn't even scratch the surface. But I'm being,
Mhm.
yeah. So I want to talk about the river dragon.
Okay,
Okay.
let's hear it.
There is no single river dragon legend in Colorado, but
Mhm.
several local legends feature serpentine creatures. These include a story of a giant serpent on the Grand Mesa that the Thunderbird family defeated.
Okay.
Yeah. According to the Ute people, they have a legend about a giant serpent that lived in the valley and swallowed the Thunderbird's offspring. The Thunderbirds fought and defeated the serpent, ripping it apart with their talons and creating the lakes on Grand Mesa.
Cool.
Yeah. Now, there's some other potential legends as far as that kind of stuff goes. This is kind of cool. The Chinese mythology of Jiao Long, a river-dwelling dragon, may have influenced the way the Colorado River was depicted on early maps.
Okay. Well, there were a lot of Chinese laborers that were
Yeah.
building the railroads and whatnot out there. So that makes sense that they would bring their culture over here too and their legends.
Yeah. Some geologists, now check this out. Some geologists have interpreted a Native American pictograph in Black Dragon Canyon as a pterodactyl. Huh.
Is there an image of it?
No. While not a river dragon, the Algarino is another mythical creature from Colorado folklore that lives underground and can damage waterways. Huh. Interesting. That's pretty. I mean, those are pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I'm super curious about the pictograph.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. Hang on. I found more. So here's the whole story about them fighting and everything. And also Cliffs has some. Oh, here it is. Be it. Damn it. It's a. I'll have to share my screen.
Go for it.
I've got about 4,000 tabs open here. Yeah, it's in the side of a mountain. Pretty cool.
Can you make that larger? There. Oh. Do they have it without the overlay?
This the picture I found. Sorry.
Okay.
The equivalent of a red circle.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it looks like, I mean, well, the drawing looks like one. I get that.
yeah,
Like a dragon, like an old school, like medieval dragon.
Right. Let me see if I can. Oh, still got the. I can't find any that don't have the red thing on it.
What's it called?
It's the Legend of the Grand Mesa Thunderbirds.
Was that Black Dragon Canyon?
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like
Oh.
all the images. I mean, I haven't looked for the image itself, but I just saw the story and everything, and that's one of them.
That is very interesting. I would be very curious to see it without the red circles.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
That is cool.
You know, and as much as you're into topography,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that'd be a cool thing for you to look up on a topo map.
I agree. I will have to check it out.
Yes.
Okay. Moving on. My next one in the Colorado, 50 States of Strange, is the slide rock bolter. I keep wanting to call it a rock slide bolter. The slide rock bolter. And this is a fun, like, little legend from the area. So it's high in Colorado San Juan Mountains, which are awesome. I was in the South San Juan Wilderness, and that's where there's something wrong with the land there. I'm just saying. Anyway, in Colorado's San Juan Mountains, miners once warned newcomers to the area, and lumberjacks as well, about a monstrous creature called the slide rock bolter. And this thing was said to inhabit the steep slopes outside of Telluride and Lizard Head Peak. And it was described as a whale-like beast with little tiny eyes and a massive mouth and a hook-shaped tail that it used to anchor to the mountainsides, right?
Huh.
The bolter would wait motionless, and I imagine it was colored similar to the boulders and the overhangs. It would wait motionless until it spotted prey below, and then it would release its hold and hurl down slope, swallowing everything in its path, right? Trees, rocks, tourists, everybody, before catching itself on another peak, or it would use its little hooks, right, to like
Right.
crawl back up and wait. Early lumbermen and miners told the tale as both a warning and a bit of mountain humor, personifying the very real dangers of rock slides and avalanches that were definitely happening around the mining camps and the logging camps. One of the more colorful versions claims that a park ranger devised a plan to destroy this creature. He supposedly took a dummy and dressed it up like a tourist and then stuffed it full of explosives and placed it in a valley below. And when the bolter saw the bait, took it, the ranger detonated the charge, and the explosion was said to have been so like massive that it took out part of a nearby town. Now, of course, this is all superstition and stories.
Yeah,
but
that's a lot.
But it's fun. It's a fun, like, local lore, right? I don't think it's serious. Like, I don't think anybody took it seriously. I hope. But you can see how like legends are born out of very real natural phenomenon, right?
Right.
It's just an example of warnings to help people take things seriously. Like
Right.
rock slides are a real thing, right?
Oh,
Mountains
yeah.
move. Landslides are a real thing. Avalanches, as we all know, are very, very, very real things. And people that aren't used to being in the area, like tourists, like it says here, don't think much of it, or they don't take it seriously. So it's a fun little story. I mean, of course, nobody believes it is real, but it's a fun story is like a cautionary tale to travelers and people from outside of the area that are camping or working in the mines or the logging fields. So I thought that was fun. I thought I would include that because it was fun.
I'm trying to find more on this one thing because the only thing I've really found is okay. So Gore Canyon,
Okay, another one. Like, how did it get its name?
right?
I mean, people are named Gore, so things like that, I can be like, okay, vampire. Nobody's named Vampire. Ain't nobody naming waterfalls after some dude called Vampire.
But there may not be somebody called Vampire, but there's a last name Lycan
Yeah.
because there's a Lycan, Kansas or whatever it was. I was like, oh hell no! It's named after the librarian.
There's Manitou Springs, and Manitou are spirits. I mean, that's in Colorado, Manitou Springs.
Isn't Manitou like a Alaskan native name?
No, it's from the Colorado area.
Is it really?
Yeah.
The Utes, I get the Ute. Yeah.
I'm not sure who it was, Ute, Arapaho, who it was, but
So, okay, River Siren in Gore Canyon.
okay.
There's not much on it. Some locals claim that a mysterious river siren lives in Gore Canyon along the Colorado River. Legend says that railroad workers in the 1800s heard the sirens singing, and some of them never returned. Modern rafters still report whitewater rafters still report hearing ghostly voices in the canyon, which some believe is the siren luring people to their death.
Wow.
So, but that's all there is on it.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
I mean, there's some videos, but I don't want. Well,
Well,
there's nothing written about it. It's weird. Of course, you have Bishop Castle in Colorado with a dragon breathing fire. It's in Black Canyon. It's weird.
there's a
So
lot.
anyway, that's all I got on that. I'm
I need
disappointed.
to find my Colorado topography map that I had. Because it lists I mean, I call them topography. They're just national park maps, but they have like the Nat Geo. A lot of them, some of them aren't. I think my Oregon ones aren't Nat Geo, but my Olympic Peninsula is Nat Geo, and my Colorado one was Nat Geo. I got to find that one. But I look on the map specifically for places that are remote with weird names because that's where I want to go. Like, is there a hiking trail near it? I don't want to cross country. I don't. But I will take a trail to a weird place.
There is supposed to be not just Bigfoot sightings, and I don't know how they're drawing the difference here, but also a Colorado Yeti.
Okay.
Yeah. And there is a vampire legend of Lafayette.
Of what?
Lafayette.
Okay.
I guess there's a Lafayette, Colorado.
I didn't know there was a Lafayette, Colorado.
I didn't either, but and Navajo skinwalkers, of course.
Of course. And Ute, the Ute had Skinwalker Canyon that was on the res that nobody was allowed to get into. Yeah. That's a big legend, is the Ute Skinwalker Canyon.
There's legends of trolls, Scandinavian creatures of snow and ice that are rumored to have stayed in Colorado and are most active at night.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard of that.
And it's called the Third Bridge. Did you see that? A ghost bridge on a desolate prairie where people report hearing phantom drumming, horse hooves, and other sounds.
Okay. So there's a lot going on in Colorado. I mean,
rich
in cultural history, but then, that's where the East and West came together for I think that in my mind. And you've got, not just Colorado, but the farther you go west, I'd say from around the lines like New Mexico, Colorado, Utah, like that area, you get a lot more of the Chinese laborers and their legends come into play with a lot of the places. Because, they were railroad workers and they were treated so bad, just so bad. I wouldn't be surprised. There are a lot of ghost legends around, like workers getting killed.
Oh yeah. Did you hear about the Hatchet Lady of Red Rocks?
Yeah, that's a new one on me. See, I like the obscure. Let us hear it.
This comes off this woman's blog site that she lives in Colorado, and it's I may have to get in touch with this woman. This would be cool. Colorado Connie blog is what it's called.
Okay.
This website is a product of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Not always a bad thing. Some interesting stuff came out of it.
The Hatchet Lady of Morrison. Let's see. The Red Rocks. Let's see. Most began. Trying to wade through this here. Several legends have accumulated. Some are solidly based, while others are not. Most began with a criminal or legal history and gradually turned into paranormal activity. The Red Rocks Hatchet Lady, also known as the Headless Hatchet Lady of Morrison.
That's
If you
quite
grew
a
up in
trick.
West, do what?
So that's quite a trick, being headless and wielding a hatchet on people.
I know, right? She cut off her own head. The eccentric Rooney family has lived in the Morris family in Morrison area, and in their compound for 150 years.
Hmm.
Oh wow, they went. Okay, so they went and visited these people. I mean, their family still lives there.
Okay.
Eclectic. I'm sorry, not eccentric. Eclectic.
Not much difference.
Um, the Hatchet Lady's legend is based in fact. Her name was Mrs. Johnson, and she had a land grant issue around 1905 when neighboring Renaissance man John Brisbane Walker set up a makeshift stage along the giant Red Rocks. Mrs. Johnson was upset when planning and building the amphitheater began, and the legend says she interfered with the construction, maybe or maybe not. Miss Johnson was never arrested for anything like that. But Mr. Walker was an interesting character. He built a mansion on top of Mount Falcon overlooking Morrison that mysteriously burned down. And they wanted to make the Morrison, Colorado, a tourist destination by creating the incline up the face of Mount Morrison from Red Rocks. This infuriated Mrs. Johnson, as the Johnson Ranch would be subject to trespassers. The fact is that Mrs. Johnson did indeed live and die in the area. She's buried in the Morrison Cemetery on the Red Rock Park property. Mr. Walker got his wish as the giant sandstone outcroppings from the forest. Let's see, higher than Niagara. Wow, there's a massive concert venue higher than Niagara Falls. Holy crap!
Okay.
Some say the Hatchet Lady hangs out under Morrison Bridge, kidnaps people, and then chops them up. The legend grew significantly when it happened to a member of the Coors family. Oh crap! In February of 1960, at a nearby location.
Oops.
Yeah. Some say the area is cursed with 3 murder properties, including Albert Petrosky, who killed 3 people in a fit of jealous rage at the local Albertsons store.
Of all places.
Yeah, in 1995.
Wow.
And Gerald Cross, he killed the Red Rocks elementary school teacher in 2019. Also, Columbine High School is right there. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. You'll know if you see her. The Hatchet Lady appears as a hag, dirty, ragged, bony, hunched, and with formidable nest of gray hair. Who moves? I thought she was headless. Moves with astonishing speed and strength. She also swings her hatchet. She yowls like an animal and bares her gapped yellow teeth and will chase you on foot or in your car. She's known to be less than friendly to people because she considers trespassers. Apparitions of a headless woman have appeared to both mischievous children and couples getting a little too enthusiastic, so you and Chris need to watch it. In the shadows of the rocks, maybe this headless hatchet lady is the spirit of a homeless woman who lived in a cave in the area around the 1950s.
Okay.
Wow. So sometime in the mid 20th century, a poor couple lived on the outskirts of Morrison. He was ill and she was mean and already a little crazy. They struggled to get by. When he died, she lost the house, but she took up residence in one of the many small caves that riddle this section of Dakota Ridge. Her mental health tanked, and soon she took to wandering the edges of town with a hatchet in her hand. muttering to herself while she was gathering firewood. She became more unhinged and more violent as time went on. She snarled at anyone she saw, sometimes charging without provocation. She always slipped away before authorities could address the problem. She became a sinister presence among the redstone formations along the banks of Bear Creek, especially around dusk and after dark. That's creepy.
Yeah, don't hang out at Bear Creek.
Right? So there
That
you go.
is creepy. And the fact that people are turning up dead is not.
That's not a good sign.
Yeah. So that's not part of my misfit bucket list. I'm good.
You don't want to go find a crazy homeless lady when you'll
With the
wheel
hatchet?
a hatchet around town.
Yeah. No. I'm okay. Yeah. The supernatural lady that is headless yet somehow has a head. And like supernatural strength and
speed, yeah.
Yeah.
Like no thanks.
No. What's her, like, tell me where your property line is, lady. I'm not looking to trespass.
Right.
Can you make it clear?
Yeah, please.
I have no intent on, well, I wouldn't trespass on anybody's land anyway, but especially not hers.
Man.
It is crazy.
I have this picture, I have this image of this old hag. We all know about hags. Like spider crawling across these rocks.
Don't say that, because then it's going to happen. We're going to be out there at dusk, and there's going to be some creepy hunched little old lady, like crab walking across the rocks.
Yeah. Hey, maybe we get it on film.
It's every man for himself, dude.
Monica's gonna jump on everybody. Go, come at me, bro.
Yeah. Come at me, bro. And then all I got to do is outrun the slowest person,
which would be me.
I used to tease my friend Brian. I'd be like, I can arrange for you to be the slowest person. I keep a K-bar on me while I'm out.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, Jason
I wouldn't kill you, but I can slow you down.
Jason always threatened if we encountered a Bigfoot or Dogman or whatever, and it was coming after us, he'd Shane my ass, is what he called it.
Yeah, I used to tell Brian, like, I'll stab you in the leg. Like, as you're running past me, as you blow by me, because he's a tall guy. He had long legs. He had long legs. My little basset hound legs can't keep up with that.
Right? Oh, man. But yeah, that's pretty creepy, man. I mean,
that's a good one. Where are you looking for these? Are you just doing Colorado?
Yeah, I'm just doing searches for creepy Colorado stuff.
Colorado.
Legends,
So when are we going out to Dogman Ranch? In 2 weeks?
Something like, Halloween night.
Yeah, 2 weeks we'll be out there. I'll bring my maps. And we can pick a summer vacation spot.
There you go.
See if we can talk other misfit toys into joining.
If we go to Colorado, I know my wife's in.
I don't know, like where we would go would probably not have facilities.
Oh, she's okay with that.
Is she okay with that? Okay.
Yeah, she's okay.
I'm not always okay with that.
Well, I mean, I don't know. She's getting to where she would rather not,
Yeah. I mean, I can attest you hit a certain age and I need a bed, dude. Like I can't sleep.
But if we go to Cripple Creek, we go to Cripple Creek and we want to go gallivanting around, she'd be more than happy to
hold down the fort.
Hold down the fort at the casinos. I guarantee you that.
See, I don't know. Like I do Colorado probably in fall. I'm
I
not
don't think I'd go up there in the winter.
I wouldn't go up there in the winter, and I don't know that I'd go up there in the height of summer because I've been there in the summer, and
Yeah,
it feels like the sun is 3 inches from your face.
right.
Um, Now you get out of the sun and it's fine. As you are in the sun, it's like staring
See,
you down.
we could if we don't if we could go to Ruidoso and New Mexico. There is so much stuff to do around Ruidoso because you're an hour away from Roswell.
Mhm.
You're about an hour away from White Sands
Mhm.
dunes,
Mhm.
you know, park
I
where
like
they
that
actually
way.
found those. They actually found some footprints out there, from some fossilized footprints
Oh, that's cool.
and human footprints,
Sure.
fossilized human footprints. And then you're about in I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour from Fort Sumter and Lincoln, New Mexico.
Again, I'm not going there in the summer.
Well, okay. So going to Ruidoso in the summer is is great because it sits up about a little over 6,000 feet,
Mhm.
and the high in August is like 80 and low humidity.
Mhm.
It's gorgeous, right? So, um, but of course, you get down in the you get down in the desert, you go off the mountain, yeah, it's going to get hot.
Yeah, no.
But,
No. I'll just go to the coastal ranges.
but we like going up there. I mean, we like going up there any time of year. But um,
I'm trying to get you to the West Coast, sir.
I know, I know. And I want to go. I really want to go. I want to go to if I go to California, there's only one thing in like in Southern California that I want to see, and that's and it's in Los Angeles of all places.
The observatory?
No, La
What?
Vega, the tar
Oh, La
pits.
Brea?
That's the only thing that I have any
Yeah.
interest in. Just because of the thousands of freaking,
I mean, I'd go to the Hotel Del. I would go out to Catalina. There ain't a dang thing in the main part of Southern California, like where I want to spend a ton of time. I do a long weekend in
mhm.
like Santa Monica or Laguna Beach or San Diego, but by and large, I have no interest in Southern California.
Now I'd like to go off the coast and go fishing,
Yeah.
but
See, I want to go to Catalina Island because it's very Mediterranean. Like, there's
yeah,
very few cars on the island. All
yeah,
the residents are like in this one little kind of horseshoe shaped cove. It's really very nice and relaxing.
sounds like it.
Yeah.
But mainly, I want to go to Northern California.
Yes, I will go to
That's where I want to go.
inland. Like when you get out towards Bluff Creek, it's hot as Texas.
Hmm.
It is just as hot as Texas out there. That's why I tried to stay like near the coast when I was up in Northern California. Way back when I did a little trip up there with Bart and Cliff and Bobo, and I think Bobo was there for a little bit. Oh, Cliff was there, and Kathy and everybody.
Right.
It was warm, but we were under tree cover most of the day. Like when we got out of the trees, it was gross. It was just gross.
Right.
And I'm not looking for hot, but I do want to go where the stories are. So anyway, we'll figure it out this weekend when we go to Dogman Ranch next
weekend.
Next week. Not this upcoming weekend, but the weekend after that.
Right.
So anyway, we'll plan it then. We won't bore everybody with our plans. We'll wrap it up tonight. We've been on for about an hour and 25 minutes.
Okay.
And I am tired and
I've
ready
been
to
up
go.
since about just before 5 this morning. So.
You know where it would be cool to go is like the Canadian Rockies.
Mm.
I'd go there. Anyway,
I don't think we're welcomed up there right now, though.
I might not leave. I might live in the woods for the next, I don't know, 4 years.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a show Tuesday night. Are you doing a show tomorrow night?
Yes.
Awesome. Do you know what you're going to be talking about or who you're having on?
Well, tomorrow night's just me and Brandy, and we're just going to be talking about the conference and showing some pictures. We did a photo shoot and and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, stupid pictures, but y'all get to poke fun at us. Look at my fat ass posing, and Jason was freaking hilarious. These pictures are funny.
That's good.
So
I'm glad you had a good time.
we did. We did. We had a good time. I introduced. We went to the Big Pine. I took.
Blah.
Huh?
To the Big Pines Lodge. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't like,
like it. What?
No. I know what it was before it burned down. This is the reiteration of the original Big Pines Lodge.
Yeah.
And every time I go there, I have shitty service and crappy food. Like, I'm paying way too much for what I'm getting.
Man, the exact opposite of what I've experienced there. But see, you haven't been there since I've been going.
I've been there. I went there last year with Chris and Lucas. We go to.
Did you really?
Yeah, every year we spend fall. We rent the cabins out at the state park and we go.
Well, I know it's under new ownership now, but like this year it changed ownership, and but the service and the food was phenomenal.
Were you with the big group of people?
There was 3 of us. Me, Jason.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, me, Jason, and Brandy.
I can try it again when we go this year.
And every time I go, I have the whole catfish.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's one, it tastes better to me, and 2, it's just a nostalgic thing because that's what I grew up in. That's how I grew up eating fish.
Sure.
And Brandy fell in love with it.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad that you guys had a good experience.
Because they make the best gator that I've ever had. So, yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, it was really good. It was funny because the guy that we sat out on the patio. It was, of course, that front had moved through. It was down in the 60s.
Yeah.
And we were outside, and there was a guy playing out there, playing a guitar and singing, and he was good. He was good. And when the sun went down, it was like release the hounds as far as the mosquitoes go, man. They just came. It's like a wave, and it's like, okay, time to go. Time to bug out. And yeah, but we really had some really good food this weekend.
Oh, good. Yeah, my favorite restaurant in Jefferson is the Bayou Cafe.
Taste of
the Bayou. That's it.
Taste-A-Cato.
Taste-A-Cato. Yeah, she used to be on the Bayou. She used to be in Uncertain on the Water,
right?
Like in a rundown place, and then she moved into town. That's
where we had lunch today.
I love that place.
And I had the blackened catfish fillet on a bed of rice covered in crawfish etouffee.
And I like that you get free beans with your meal.
I've had better beans.
Well,
they were good.
I liked it.
But I can teach them how to cook beans. But
everybody has different taste.
But anyway, but yeah, the other food, man, it was really good. Don't get me the beans weren't bad, but they weren't all that, But they just opened up the saloon part of it.
Okay, they didn't have a saloon before. They had a bakery next door.
Yeah,
attached to it.
they bought. Well, they opened up. They either made a saloon or whatever, but but they have
Okay.
rooms now.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, and but it was good food. It was good food. And it wasn't too bad. It wasn't bad priced at all. It really wasn't.
Yeah, it's decent. So,
But
what are we going to talk about Tuesday night?
I don't know yet.
Okay. Just checking. What
But
state
I
should we
was
do?
disappointed. I was disappointed because they closed the 1852 steakhouse.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of expensive for that town.
Yeah.
Okay. I wish there was like a state roulette where I could just pick one out for us to do next. What do you want to do next?
Well, let's do New Mexico.
You want to do New Mexico?
Yeah, let's do New Mexico.
Okay. New Mexico is next. Next week, we will do 50 States of Strange, New Mexico.
There you go.
So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Send Breezy some love over on his page.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of love, a lot of prayers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll see y'all on Tuesday night with Tex.
Uh-huh.
Woohoo!
Yay!
All right. Thanks for coming in, guys. Thanks for listening. You have a good night, and we'll see you again next week.
Good night, everybody.